Hey everyone, my name is Megan and this is Painted and Distressed. Today I am participating in the Inspired DIYs collab. We're going to be doing some fall and Thanksgiving decor with these lovely ladies. The playlist will be linked down below. Make sure you check out all of these videos. There's going to be so much inspiration. This first project, I am going to be making placemats inspired by these thankful ones that I saw at Hobby Lobby. And so I am just taking this canvas drop cloth, and so I'm just measuring out to size the exact same measurements as the placemats. And you can get this drop cloth anywhere, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, and it's about $8 and you get so much. And I have made pillows. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I've made pillows out of this, and now placemats. I mean, I love this material. It also has a good smell to it too. So I am just cutting these out now. I'm just using regular scissors. I started using my rotary cutter, but I cut myself using them. It was user error. So anyways, now I'm just using my scissors. And to get the fringe on either side, I am just going to put a line of hot glue on the back of them, and it's a very small line, and that way I can fringe. And that way also, because these are machine washable, that the fringe doesn't just keep on going through the entire placemat. So I just put a little small bead line of hot glue, and then now I'm just trimming just to make sure all of the fringe is even. And this does get a little messy, but the end result is really cute. And, these placemats on sale at Hobby Lobby are about $4.79 a piece. And if you're having a big Thanksgiving dinner, that can add up. And so I have a lot left over of this. So then on my Cricut, I just used some heat transfer vinyl and cut out the word thankful. And I'm just putting that on the corner of each one, using my handy dandy little mini craft iron, and it is linked down below if anybody's interested. And this is how they turned out. I fringed all four sides, and this is how our Thanksgiving dinner will look at my mother's house. This next project, I'm going to take this old napkin holder that I believe was my grandmother's. I'm pretty sure she never used it because it's not really her style. And I got the inspiration from also Hobby Lobby, and this is just inspired by, I'm not making the same exact one, but I liked the look of it. And so I'm just taking off the embellishments of this piece. And then I just, of course, using my dollartree sandpaper that I love, I'm just sanding it down just to smooth everything to get it prepared to paint. And now using Waverly Fawn, I'm going to coat the entire piece with one coat, and I like to go with the grain of the wood. It just gives it a smoother finish using chalk paint, and so that's what I'm going to do. And then to speed up the process, I'm going to use my handy heat gun, which I absolutely love. I got it off Amazon. I do have it linked down below if anybody's interested. But oh my gosh, it's such a game changer. So you don't have to sit and wait for paint to dry. I love it. And then now I'm going to take some Adirondack white from Folk Art, and I am going to lightly distress this piece. So the key is to make sure you do not have too much paint on your brush. And you will see in a couple areas that I don't follow my own advice and I go a little heavy-handed, but it all works out in the end. But you just want to make sure that you definitely do not coat your brush and just lightly put the paint on your brush. And I'm just going over the entire piece to give it a whitewashed look. And you could also take a baby wipe and smooth out so there's not such harsh lines, so it doesn't look like you did just take a paintbrush. Does that make sense to it? And I do end up doing that just to smooth it out a little bit, but I do end up putting some embellishments on this that you'll see in just a minute, and it does hide a little bit of the thicker strokes that I put on the piece. And if you saw my last video, my Halloween video, this is from the Target dollar spot. It came with a wood frame and then these little pieces, and I used it for my base in a haunted house. And so these pieces I am going to use for our napkin holder. And so I am just, instead of staining and stuff, I decided to just give it a whitewashed look. I think I am going to go back and highlight with some antiquing wax the areas on the truck, such as the pumpkin and the lines on the actual body of the truck. I think it would have looked a lot nicer and more finished. But you know, it's all personal preference, and I think it still turned out pretty cute. I just wanted it to be very neutral. The tablescape, as you saw, is, you know, a lot of neutrals and blacks and stuff like that. Very modern. And so here I am going over with a baby wipe just to kind of smooth out the pieces, or the paint strokes. And then I'm just taking some hot glue, of course, and adding our embellishments. And these do have stickies on the back of them, but I just hot glued them. And this is how it turned out. This next project, I was inspired basically by any store that I have been in lately. You know, charcuterie boards are very popular right now, and I had this particular one that I got on clearance from Michael's for, I believe, $3 or something. And so I'm just giving it one good coat of Folk Art Adirondack White. And this project is so simple. So then all I did is I just went into Cricut Studio, and this image was on there. So I cut it out, and it just says "Gobble till you wobble," because duh, Thanksgiving. And so I just attach it to the front of the charcuterie board. And then at first I went over it with matte Mod Podge, but I ended up actually going back over it with the dishwash safe in case we wanted to put plates on it. That was my original thought, is if we wanted to put a pie on top of it or a plate, like a side dish or something like that during Thanksgiving, we could put that on top of it. I definitely, because there's paint on it, would not put actual, you know, cured meats of sorts on there, but this is how it turned out. This is my mom's antique side table, and then this is also on the dining room table. And these next few projects are so simple, but I just wanted to include them just for inspiration. I got these pumpkin salt and pepper shakers at Dollar Tree, and I'm just, to go with the modern theme, I'm just painting the pumpkin part white using Folk Art Adirondack White, of course, again. And because these are ceramic, I did end up giving them a couple coats because the surface is quite slick. And of course, it goes without saying, but make sure if you are painting something like this to make sure you are very careful going over the holes, not to get paint in them or anything like that. I'm very heavy-handed when I paint, so I made sure to use a tiny little paintbrush so I could actually use these. And then for the stem and the leaves, I just painted them black using Waverly ink, and I just thought it would just go with the natural or the modern theme of our tablescape. And I think it would have been cute also to paint the ribs of the pumpkin, you know, the lines that go vertical. I thought it would be cute to paint those black as well. I did not. This was an afterthought. I think that would have been cute as well. And this is how it turned out. I did give them a good coat of the dishwash safe Mod Podge just to be, you know, just to be safe. So I was inspired by this pumpkin here from Hobby Lobby, but I didn't end up putting the black lines, but I think that would have been really cute on this. This is just a ceramic pumpkin from Dollar Tree, and so I'm just like the other ones, I'm just painting it white using the same Adirondack white, and I'm just end up giving it probably 2 to 3 coats because, again, it is a slick surface. And these are so easy. I mean, even if you have older knickknacks or something that you like how they look, but you just don't like the color of them or whatever it may be, this is such an easy fix to them. And they add, you know, cute little embellishments and details to your fall tablescapes or your end tables or your side tables or anything like that. And so that's what I'm just doing here. I have this acorn that's also from Dollar Tree, and it was silver, and it's kind of cute just the way it is, but I wanted, again, a more modern look, and so I just paint the bottom white also. And then this is also from Dollar Tree. It's like a witch scarecrow, and so I'm just painting the hat black, of course, as you can see. And I thought this was just so cute. I'm surprised it's only $1 because I feel like I see these at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, even the do-it-yourself ones, and they're like definitely not $1. And these are pretty decent size too. And also, what's great about paint is next year, if you're not into this or you want more color or something like that, you know, you can add more color or you can just paint over them. That's what's so amazing about do-it-yourself projects, is that you can always change anything to fit your own style and your own decor. So then, of course, the top of the acorn, I paint black. And I do seal all these just because when you use chalk paint over ceramic paint, they do chip easily. The paint does chip off because it is, you know, a really easy distressing paint, if you will. So there's definitely other types of paints you can use, but I just personally like chalk paint. I like the look of it. And so I would definitely recommend sealing these. I used Waverly, just the clear wax on all of mine, on these, to seal them because it does harden and it does protect them. And then I'm just using the fawn for I keep wanting to call it a pilgrim, for the scarecrows. I guess it's the ruffle on the shirt. And so I just go in through with just a detail brush and get in all the details. And then with my paint markers that I got off Amazon, I do have those linked down below if anybody's interested. And so I'm just coloring in those teeny tiny little details that I would not have been able to do with a paintbrush because I do not have a steady hand. And so I'm just marking those down with my paint pens. And then for the face, I went over with some antiquing wax just to kind of dirty it up a little bit, if that makes sense. I'm using a combination of a sponge and a tiny little detail brush, because I felt like just the white face was just a little too stark, and so I wanted it a little rustic, of course. And then I do go over the entire piece with some white wax to again age it a little bit. I just love the way white wax looks on stuff. As if you've been watching me for a while, as you know. And this is how our little knickknacks came out. These are on my mom's side table. Our owl with some crazy eyes. But these are just little fun, added touches that you can add to your fall and Thanksgiving tablescape or decor. And I would love to know down below what you guys think of these projects, and also, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? What do you guys usually do for Thanksgiving? I would love to know. And I also want to say thank you to my mother for helping me style her dining room table for these pictures. Thank you, Mom. And thank everybody for watching this video. I so appreciate every single one of you. And make sure to check out the playlist down below. There is so much inspiration you do not want to miss out. And next video will be Halloween. We'll be back on schedule. And then we're going to start on Christmas. So thank you once again, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye!